All right, good morning, boys and girls. Ross Bezvar here again for our weekly coffee break from Aruba ROI Marketing. I've got mine. Hopefully you have yours. Again, just to reiterate, this is something we do weekly. We take just a small amount of time, 10 to 20 minutes, to talk about one subject that we believe is going to be as helpful for you and your organization, whether it deals with communication, obviously digital marketing, or technology as a whole. So today we're going to talk about Facebook advertising, and we're going to actually offer up 11 great tips. So let me switch over real quick because there is quite a bit to cover today. Let me first move myself out of the way over here. All right. And there we go. Present. All right. Should be able to see. There we go. So 11 Facebook advertising tips for small businesses or any organization, to be totally honest with you. Of course, a little bit about us. The company itself has been around for over 22 and a half years. We started way back in the day when there was no social media, no mobile marketing, only websites. And we have continued to grow as the market has changed as well. Today, we are going to talk about quite a bit of things, obviously all related to Facebook advertising. I believe there's some really good content here today. We're going to start with talking about you starting with an overperforming post. What does that mean? The difference between the different ads, like engagement ads, talking about the Facebook pixel, the ability for you to upload your customer list, focusing on return on investment first, and then start optimizing. Integrating short videos, and we've talked a lot about videos in over the course of the past several months, actually. Get educated about how this all works. Create lookalike audiences. So what does that mean? What is a lookalike audience, and how do you do it? Targeting, which is the casting of a wide net. That's what we're talking about there, is targeting. Emulating non-sponsored posts. Great tip there. And of course, ending with call to actions. And if you don't know what that is, we will talk about that today as well. So Facebook advertising provides uniquely specific targeting options. That means that businesses can actually use their ads to appeal to a laser-focused audience. Now, let me stop right here because this is something we've talked about in the past. We're talking about Facebook today. You as an organization need to decide, first of all, who are you targeting? What is your avatar? What is your perfect customer, right? If they're not on Facebook, then you probably don't need to be here. You need to be where they are, right? You need to learn whether it's on TikTok or Instagram or on other media. Facebook, of course, is connected with Instagram, so it's really helpful to understand how Facebook advertising works and why it's important to know it, even if you don't specifically use it. And everyone says, oh, Facebook is dead. That is not true. Yes, certain age groups are not as active on it, but who you're targeting is going to be determined if you use Facebook or not. Right? So if you're targeting older people or older demographics that are not in those numbers, actually the numbers are quite heavily in the favor of you because there's a lot of people here. All right, so let's continue on. So Facebook advertising can be fantastic resources for small businesses. So another benefit is that Facebook has very clear reporting features so that you can see exactly where your money is going to, what's working, and then what needs to change. Very important. The benefits are endless, but how does one utilize this tool to the best of your ability? Well, we sat down with 12 small business leaders to learn their tried and true Facebook advertising tips for success, and here they are. So first, start with an overperforming post. What does that mean? Well, if you're interested in running a Facebook ad campaign, start by looking at what posts that you've already done that are overperforming, right? So you can look in your insights and find that information. Some marketers may just do the opposite and boost a post that needs a little help because it's not getting any traction. Well, if a post is already engaging people, wouldn't it make sense then to add some dollars to that, because obviously people found it engaging enough to look at it, watch the video, whatever, before you even spent any money on it, right? So imagine the attention it would receive if you actually paid and got it out there to more people. You're going to quickly see that more post comments and higher traffic will actually come to your site if they're more engaged people, and if you've got a bigger target other than just putting a post up and seeing who finds it. All right, engagement ads. What is that? All right, so our best tip for Facebook advertising campaigns for small businesses is to expand your reach with a page post engagement ad. So our Facebook pages for getting a healthy amount of traffic and likes organically, though due to the Facebook algorithm, and an algorithm is basically their calculation of like who gets to see what based on so many different variables. Some posts may never seem to make it at all to your full range of followers. But by running engagement ads, you get your content to an audience who already likes and comments and engages with you otherwise, right? So take advantage of that. So to set up engagement ads, you merely opt for the engagement marketing objective. So when you're starting to create your ads, the very first thing you're asked is, what is your objective? Engagement would be the one you would choose. All right, installing a Facebook pixel. This is important for many reasons. So if you're a small business that has a website, then the first thing you need to do is make sure that you have added the Facebook pixel to your website. You need to aim to do this before you even start thinking about the creatives, which is the graphics or the videos, the targeting, and how much you're going to spend on your campaign. The Facebook pixel is a small piece of code that you insert on your website or on individual web pages so you can actually see what's happening, who's doing what where. So once installed, it will collect data that helps you track your conversions from Facebook ads, and it'll also help you to implement remarketing campaigns or retargeting, same term. You can then correctly monitor campaign success and ensure that you're gaining value from running Facebook ads. Uploading your customer list. When running a retargeting or a content-driven Facebook ad campaign, consider taking the email addresses that you already have of your existing customer base and uploading the list to the Facebook ad platform. These email addresses will be matched up with Facebook users to develop a highly personalized audience. Now, we know that not necessarily the same email address that they use to log into Facebook is the one that they provided you, so it won't be 100%, but it's still a good starting point. So by limiting the audience to just your existing customers, Facebook ads can now be customized to stay in front of your most important persona, or what I mentioned earlier, avatar, the person you're targeting, because you already have them as customers. Focus on return on investment. That's what ROI stands for first, and then start optimizing. So what does that mean? One bit of advice I would give to businesses looking to run Facebook ads, ad campaigns, would be to look beyond the average stats that float around the internet, right? So if you find a case study which is boasting a particular click-through rate, which is CTR, so that's how often people are clicking through, or the cost per click. So what is it costing you every time somebody clicks, the CPC? Do not solely base your ads campaign on those numbers. So every business and its target audience is going to be different. These values can vary to a large extent depending upon so many different factors, like the creatives, whether they used video, images, what kind of images, the time of the week, time of the year, time of the day, the audience, and so on. So one thing you should focus on instead is your ROI. That is whether you're actually making money out of the campaign or not. Once you break even, so whatever you're spending, you're actually getting in sales, then you should start optimizing your ads from there to try to increase your click-through rate and to reducing the CPC or cost per click from that point moving forward. Integrating short videos. Well, we know that videos rock. They're one of the best creatives to utilize. So I advise people to think about what your audience, what your audience is, and they want who the. Oh, I guess I missed this one up. You can target an audience very specifically on Facebook, so you need to identify who that is. Then you can also refine your message so that it is tailored directly for that audience to receive the best results. I'd also encourage you to use short videos in your ads, as video ads are much more consumed than any others, and they're obviously more engaging. Test out the ad, see what the results are. If the results are not what you want, tweak the ad or the targeting and try again. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago with testing. I think it was A/B testing is what we mentioned, where you just change one variable. So if something's not working, make one change, try it again, then make another change. Don't change 16 things because you won't know which of those actually helped or hurt your in that test. So ads are a constant test and repeat patterns, right? Once you find one that you actually get great results in, keep going with it and put in more available resources and budgets so you can just maximize the return on that one successful ad. All right, get educated. Facebook ads are an evolving platform. Lord knows we go through this every week. We laugh about how often they change. So enrolling in free online training about Facebook ads through what they call Facebook Blueprint is a great way to get educated. It's free, and you can learn best practices from them themselves. So before you spend your first dollar, spend some time learning how to use the Facebook ads platform. And do this often because it does change often. And of course, if you need help with Facebook advertising, obviously you can reach out to us. We would love to assist you. Create lookalike audiences from high-performing audience. All right, so what does that mean? The best part about Facebook advertisement is that marketers can duplicate a high-performing audience from a successful campaign, right? So if you've had success with a campaign and you know the audience who made it high performing, then you can actually engage with them again. So these highly engaged audiences are more likely to make a purchase. So what you would do is you would call a click on what's called a lookalike audience. This option basically allows Facebook to choose new users who fit similarly to the very engaged and high performing audience that you just came up with. So these are new people, but they match a lot closer to what you found your audience to actually do well with, right? So they'll actually pick it for you, and then they will then drive, have your ad campaign appear in front of that new list or that new audience. Don't cast a wide net. What does that mean? So Facebook advertising works based on inputs to give the algorithm a chance to figure out who it should show your ads to, right? So by filtering and narrowing down your ads to a relevant demographic, you can expect an improved return on advertising spend, or ROAS, as your ads will only be served to a particular audience. So for example, if you're selling coffee, you can target interests based on other popular coffee companies with huge Facebook followings, right? You can also look at if people like coffee, what else might they like that's similar, and find that targeting to assist you to get in front of them as well. So when you compare this approach to targeting, let's say, an age group alone, it is likely to deliver a better return on investment, as the target has already shown a general interest in the type of product that you sell, right? You can use demographics to create individual ad sets and then see what works. And then whatever works, double down, start putting more time and energy and money into that. Emulate non-sponsored posts. Emulate means to copy, right? So people have conditioned themselves to ignore ads on social media. We all do it. They can pick them out from a mile away, right? And it's not just because it says sponsored, because even if you're scrolling quickly, you almost don't always see the sponsor tag. But they'll obviously try to ignore them. So if you want your ad to be seen, you have to focus on not looking like an advertisement, right? So look at some posts from people who fall in your target demographic and learn the way they speak in their posts, and try to emulate that. Try to copy what's working for other people to educate yourself on how you should have your creatives put together. If they don't realize your ad is an ad until after they've read it, you've already reached more potential customers than those that obviously would have scrolled past. End with a call to action, right? Take the time to understand what content that your audience engages most with. This can be done by accessing available insights from your business homepage. And that's really an exceptionally good place to go to learn more about your audience. The people that already like your page is going to the insights. You can get all the tracking information about, the insight information on your posts, on your advertisements, and that'll help you. So if videos are getting a lot more engagement, obviously having that information helps you when you create your next content. But also pay attention to the time and the day of the week that your content is released. So once you understand what content and time have the best engagement and the best views, you can also begin to adjust your content strategy towards what resonates with your audience most, right? Be sure to encourage engagement in your post by using a call to action, right? This means you need to tell them what to do. It's great if you have a nice, cute, funny ad or a post that they're engaged with, but if you don't actually tell them to do something, they're going to keep scrolling. So this can be as simple as follow the link below, or let us know what you think in the comments section, or make sure to hit that follow button so you can stay up to date with the latest information from our company. So you need to be able to tell them in your text and in your ad what exactly it is you want them to do. And one other tip I'd give is make sure that whatever you're telling them to do, when they click, make sure that wherever they're going, it's only talking about what you just asked them to do. Don't send them to the home page of your website, which has 20 things going on. Make sure they're going to a page that's very specific to what it is you're asking them to do in that call to action. All right, that's it for this presentation today. Again, as I mentioned before, and I always do, we have been around for a long time. We've been doing this for a long time. We would love to assist you, even if it's just to brainstorm and learn a little bit more about your organization, where you are today and where you'd like to go. And I'm sure we can brainstorm and put some creative stuff together to help you get there. All right. I don't see any comments or questions, so I believe we'll finish it here, and we'll see you next